Welcome to another episode of AI 10X, brought to you by 10 Leaves. I want to welcome you to today's deep dive. And our mission right now is to take this stack of brief, but honestly really heavy notes regarding the future of national security and just extract the critical insights for you.
Right, because we want you to be fully informed on this stuff without, feeling completely overwhelmed by all the dense material.
Exactly, because the core theme we are looking at today, which comes straight from a recent 10 Leaves presentation, is that AI is officially entering the defense space.
And it's doing so in a way that is totally forcing us to rethink how decisions are made. We're looking at a fundamental shift in agency here.
Okay, let's unpack this. Wait, no, I just realized I need to be careful with how broad that phrase is. Let's unpack this. Because AI enters the defense space could mean almost anything, right?
Yeah, it's a huge umbrella term.
But according to the foundational definitions in the source material we have, the focus is strictly on autonomous defense systems.
That's right. The notes break this down into three main categories. So you've got AI-powered surveillance networks, unmanned drones, and advanced threat detection systems.
Okay, got it.
But the crucial part, like the absolute defining feature of these systems, is that they operate with minimal human input.
Minimal human input. That is, that's a phrase that carries a lot of weight. To make sure you, the listener, can really visualize this, I think it helps to compare it to something everyday.
Like what?
Well, think about a standard motion detecting home security camera, like the one you might have on your front porch,
Okay, yeah.
but crank that up to a national security scale. So the system doesn't just passively record a video for you to watch later, it actively detects, evaluates, and processes threats on its own.
Exactly. It's not just a camera anymore. It's a complex neural network running, continuous computer vision models over live feeds.
So it's actively interpreting the environment.
Actively interpreting, yeah, and prioritizing. It cross-references thermal signatures, the exact dimensions of an object, against millions of known threat profiles.
Wow. But, I mean, why are militaries and defense sectors even moving toward this? Like, why the push for minimal human input in the first place?
It really comes down to the strategic advantage. The primary advantage cited in the sources is speed and precision in identifying those threats.
Speed and provision.
Yeah. What's fascinating here is how human biological reaction time is actually becoming the bottleneck in modern threat detection.
Wait, really? The human brain is the bottleneck.
Basically, yes. The sheer volume of data being collected right now is just staggering. We are talking about satellite imagery, intercepted communications, acoustic signatures.
All happening at exactly the same time.
Right, it's sensor fusion on a massive scale. And the human brain, as amazing as it is, processes information sequentially.
Right. We can only really look at one screen or read one report at a time.
Exactly. We suffer from cognitive overload. So when a command center is flooded with thousands of data points during a complex operation, it is physically impossible for a human analyst to parse all that and react in real time.
Because the threats themselves are no longer moving at human speeds.
Exactly. Think about a hypersonic missile traveling at Mach 8. It can cover miles in the time it takes a human operator to just clear their throat and speak into a headset.
That is terrifying. So in a modern security environment, taking a dozen seconds to react is, well, it's an absolute eternity.
It's game over. And that's why the raw processing power of AI is so incredibly appealing for defense. An autonomous system can ingest all those millions of data points simultaneously and initiate a response in milliseconds.
Okay, I get the speed aspect. The math there is ruthless. But doesn't removing the human element for the sake of speed inherently raise massive ethical concerns? I mean, are we trading human judgment for a stopwatch?
That is the exact tension the notes highlight, and the answer is yes, absolutely. The text makes it a core ethical mandate that decisions involving life and security must remain under human control.
Must. Not like, oh, it'd be nice if they did.
Right, it is an absolute requirement. If we connect this to the bigger picture, we are looking at the fundamental tension of 21st century defense.
Which is what, exactly?
It's the tension between the technological appeal of AI speed and precision and the moral imperative of keeping humans in the loop when lives are at stake.
Because an AI system doesn't understand morality. It doesn't feel guilt if it makes a mistake.
Exactly. If an autonomous system encounters a totally weird edge case and identifies the wrong target, it's just a string of logic gates executing code. It has zero concept of diplomatic fallout or collateral damage.
So delegating the final lethal decision to an algorithm is a line we just cannot cross.
Right. Keeping a human in the loop is the tether that keeps the application of force grounded in morality. A human understands context. A machine just executes a probabilistic function.
So what does this all mean? Like, for you listening, how does the defense sector actually reconcile this? We need the speed of the AI, but we absolutely have to have human control.
Well, the sources highlight a final mandate to solve this, and it's strict oversight.
Strict oversight? Okay.
Yeah, it's not about banning the technology. You can't ban the surveillance or the drones. They're already out there. It's about rigorously managing how much autonomy they are actually given.
So practically speaking, what does that look like? Designing the system so the AI does the fast data processing, but then what?
It hits a structural pause. The AI does the heavy lifting, synthesizes all that chaotic data into a clear picture, and then it hands that highly refined assessment to a human operator.
Ah, I see. So the human isn't overwhelmed by raw data anymore.
Exactly. The human evaluates the AI's conclusion, applies the geopolitical context, weighs the ethics, and makes the final executive decision.
But doesn't that require a ton of discipline? I mean, if the AI is right 99% of the time, won't the human just start blindly clicking approve?
Yes, that's called automation bias, and it's a huge vulnerability. It's like how people will literally drive their cars into a lake because their GPS told them to.
Oh, wow, yeah. We offload our thinking to the machine.
Exactly. And in a high-stress defense environment, if the operator just becomes a rubber stamp for the AI, we've functionally lost human control.
Even if a human is technically pushing the button.
Right. Which is why the oversight has to be strict. The system has to force genuine human engagement, not just a simple click.
Man, that is a profound engineering challenge.
It really is.
Well, as we look to the future, there is one final, really fascinating nugget from the source material that I want to bring up. It's a teaser that the next big topic in this space will be accessibility.
Accessibility, yeah, that single word totally shifts the gravity of everything we just talked about.
Because right now we're assuming these advanced systems are only for massive, highly resourced nation states, right?
Exactly. But what happens when these powerful, strictly overseen defense tools become more accessible? When the underlying code becomes widely available to smaller nations or private companies or non-state actors?
That drastically complicates the oversight issue. You can't enforce a moral safety net globally.
You really can't. I mean, the responsibility to manage these tools doesn't disappear when they become accessible. It just fragments.
It scatters everywhere.
Yeah. And actually, I want to leave you, the listener, with one lingering question to mull over regarding all this.
Oh, please do.
So, if AI defense systems are built for speed and precision, but our strict oversight requires human control.
To maintain that moral anchor, right?
Exactly. Will the very oversight we need eventually cancel out the speed we built the AI for in the first place?
Wow, that is a lot to think about. Thanks for listening to another episode of AI 10X, brought to you by 10 Leaves.